Keep space, boys. Keep space.
Back on my face, man. I'm trying to kiss me. I ain't the one. I ain't the one. Believe that, nigga. Calm down, nothing.
Face up.
Smell like a bitch, nigga. It's a fucking game. Calm down. Look nice. Calm. Murdering. Sit down, come. Take nobody get out of the way. I'm stay out here, B. Yes, that's what I want to hear. That's what I want to hear. That's the real AJ I want to hear. No, bitch, that's what I want to hear. Yeah. Bring the real AJ out. I mean,
Man, listen, that never gets old. I mean, it never gets old listening to that. This is honestly the first time I heard him up close because the audio was dubbed out, probably based on where the cameras were, and you didn't really get to see or hear a lot of the audio. And what really went on from, AJ trying to defuse the situation and Jarrell Miller saying, hell to the nah. We ain't diffusing nothing. This Brooklyn. Right? And listen, you can tell, man, that AJ was pissed off. And this is recently reposted by Jarrell Miller. Because Jarrell Miller, after the performance of Anthony Joshua, he still wants a piece of AJ. He says he still smells like a bitch, and he still wants some of that smoke. And this is what he said in the caption. He said, quote, I'm coming for you. I'm coming for your heart, your soul. This is my life, and you hold all the keys to the door. Your head is mine's. Hashtag I want all the smoke. Hashtag Big Baby Miller. Watch me work at Big Baby Promotions. I told at Eddie Hearn, soon as the contract is signed, your golden goose is cooked. English muffin will be served. Those are the words of Jarrell Big Baby Miller, and let me counterpunch. Listen. This fight should happen for so many reasons. I don't care if it's this year, next year, or the year before. That fight has to happen, man, because this is the first time we ever seen Anthony Joshua act that way. And it is not just Anthony Joshua. It's the fact that someone was able to drag that side of Anthony Joshua out for the world to see. And most importantly, it was in the US of A. Okay. Jarrell Miller was able to bother Anthony Joshua to that degree to have him saying certain things that you never know or thought he would say. And it was good to see someone do that because that means that Anthony Joshua is human. See, everybody's now realizing that Anthony Joshua is just a regular dude. Now you're starting to connect the dots with him going to jail, with him doing this, with him doing that. And, a lot of the promotions are the sponsors, they might say, oh, he's a good chap and he's a mellow fellow. But at the end of the day, this guy was a guy that was involved, entangled in street shit. You look at his hands, he has blood on them and those things. He was punching walls. Jarrell Miller had this cat punching shit. Because he was that mad at Jarrell Miller. Because Jarrell Miller is a shit-talking, brash-speaking Brooklynite. Okay? And the things that Jarrell Miller was allowed to do to AJ, no one has really seen him do. But I think what happened, that part of Anthony Joshua came out, and it only comes out when certain people push his buttons. And Jarrell Miller could do it. He had the key to that particular personality. Now, in regards to Eddie Hearn saying that, or Jarrell saying that Anthony Joshua has the keys to his whatever. Yeah, he had the keys to you and you just fucked it up. See, Jarrell Miller could have been a lot farther than he is. And I'm not going to beat a dead horse, but I'm just saying the ways that he's talking about Anthony Joshua, I think he should go about that in a totally different approach. I like the rehashing of the shove because it's like he shoved AJ right back into the person that he was trying not to be. That person that he said that was going to jail or getting locked up for drugs and getting into fights in jail and all that. I think he shoved that right back into him by shoving him in that or on that stage. That's what I believe. And Jarrell Miller rehashing this, I say keep doing it because this fight needs to take place. I think people shouldn't forget about this fight. I know Eddie Hearn, for whatever reason, doesn't want that fight to happen. Maybe Jarrell Miller has to do something. Maybe he does. But at the same time, you cannot forget about this fight because this fight is a reckoning. This fight was supposed to be Anthony Joshua's introduction to the US of A. Instead of Andy Ruiz coming in unalarming and smiling, hello, I want to hold your belts. No, he's supposed to have been in there with a Brooklynite, a shit-talking guy that he was going to cut him and slice him open like a surgeon when he put them hands and feet to him. That's what's supposed to happen. That's what we should see, and we should still see it. He doesn't have to be a champion for this fight to take place. In fact, it should happen easier now because none of those guys are champions, but there is one that's still undefeated, and his name is Jarrell Big Baby Miller. But you guys tell me what you think about the rehashment of this video between Jarrell Miller, Anthony Joshua, the fight that never happened but should. Of course, please subscribe, and you guys been Counterpunched. Peace!